This wasn't biters. People did this. Must have just happened.
In Season 4's Dead Weight, the Governor and his new surrogate family join a camp of survivors led by Martinez. After finding Martinez's leadership is lacking, the Governor takes him out, so Pete Dolgan assumes leadership. The Governor, Pete, and his crazed brother Mitch head out on a supply run in the woods. Ironically, as they trek through the woodlands, Pete expresses self-doubt about his new position. But before the Governor can do anything, Mitch calls them over as he's found something. That something is a camp in the woods. I'm going to fully break down this minor community of people and theorise what exactly happened to them and who took them out. The woods camp comprises of 8 to 10 survivors, and it's unclear exactly how long they've been set up here, but judging that Martinez and his group have been around for some time and haven't bumped into the woods camp or any of their members, I'm guessing their setup is new. Their camp is basic, it's just a few tents, a fire pit, a line for drying clothes, and a few sprawls of barbed wire tied around the nearby trees, serving as a makeshift barricade. They had guns and a decent amount of supplies with them too. In the episode, Mitch, Pete, and the Governor watch them from afar as they potter around the camp. Pete, at first, suggests taking them in, but Mitch shuts this idea down, instead suggesting they jump these people and rob them of their supplies. As the new leader, Pete declares they'll instead find their own supplies and orders his brother to leave the people be. Some hours later, after a piss-poor hunt, the Governor heads back to the woods camp only to find it had recently been attacked by people. Someone had cut through their barbed wire fence and killed the occupants. These unnamed raiders slit the throats of these campers and stole all of their supplies. Mitch is furious, as those supplies could have been theirs, but the more empathetic Pete is more concerned with the fact that these people were slaughtered. This elderly camper is still alive, barely clinging to life. Mitch takes out his knife and drives it into the old man's head in anger, much to Pete's horror. And that is the last we see or learn of this camp, but the silent observer in these scenes had been listening with wide ears. Perceiving Pete's empathetic leadership as a cancer, the Governor takes him out, assuming the mantle instead. He keeps Mitch alive though, as he is exactly what he needs in his new approach. Plus he knows how to operate a tank. Now as promised, let's try and theorise who took out the woods camp. Theory 1. A random group. This is the most boring answer, but it's possible that a group of survivors we've never met travelled through, jumped the group, stole all of their supplies, and moved on with their day. How likely is this? It's definitely up there, but it's a boring answer. Theory 2. Terminus. The only piece of evidence pointing towards the Terminus is the fact that the campers had their throats slit, but where it fails is, by this point, they would have been resorting to their cannibalistic ways, and it doesn't appear that they've taken a single person for their barbecue, so Terminus is very unlikely. Theory 3. The Living, aka Dave and Tony's group. This one is a bit out there, as we'd last seen them in Season 2, but killing people like this wouldn't be out of the norm for this group of men. If you didn't know, the Living would still be active at this point. The RPG confirms that they're operational decades into the outbreak. I think this one is plausible, but I have a better one. Theory 4. The Claimers. Being real, these are the only solid suspects. Although the Claimers do take in new members here and there, they tend to be like-minded men. This woods camp has elderly members and women, so I could see Joe not thinking they could add any worth to his group. Robbing and killing them is definitely the Claimers' MO, and it's plausible that they were travelling in this general area at the time. On top of that though, I have to highlight this again, the campers' barbed wire defence. Now yes, this isn't exactly a revolutionary form of protection, but this is something Joe and the claimers set up when they make camp in the woods. They improve on it though by adding some cans as an alarm system. I could totally see this is where the claimers got this idea from, fixing what was broken with their victims' setup. So I'm gonna headcanon Theory 4. I think this makes a lot of sense actually. The Woods Camp is a plot device to further the characters of Mitch, Pete and the Governor, but mainly the latter. What amounts to these people is what drives the Governor into his next move. And ultimately, that leads to his death and the fall of the prison. Thanks for watching another bite-sized lore video. Let me know down below what else you'd like me to cover. I'm more leaning to character-based ones like this, where it isn't just strictly environmental storytelling. I don't want to fully rip off Ticewell, but if people really want me to cover something he's covered, I can, I guess. Huge shout out to Death Knight 1244 for supporting me at the legendary Survivor level. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye.